Hey, welcome everyone to Vino Entertainment TV, which we talk about firearm violence, domestic violence, and we feed the unfortunate. And we also talk about being molested. Vino Entertainment TV, we're always in the street having fun, interacting, cutting up, and just doing what we do. So what's going on this Sunday? Yeah, y'all, we are almost in the middle of the month. How about that? Hey, TT, how you doing? Hey, queens and kings, y'all come on in, and let's chill, man. I hope everybody's year been working out for them. It's been going fine, and everybody's staying warm and cuddly. Get your cuddly, but if it's too cold for you, I got me a heater. So TT, how your day going? How was your Sunday? I hope everybody had a great Sunday. Did some things they wanted to do. Sundays, you normally have those Sunday meals and stuff, y'all. Did y'all cook y'all Sunday meals for the day? Did y'all go participate in church or anything like that? Or, yeah. So y'all ready for the Super Bowl get started? I got me a heating blanket. I know it's right, TT. T said she got her a heating blanket. Yeah. Believe you me, those electric blankets come in handy. They sure do. Now they got those electric shawls. That the shawls or the like the cozy thing with the pockets and stuff and the hoodies and stuff. They got those now for electric blankets and stuff, as far as electric. So they keep it cozy and warm too for the winter. I don't know. I'm just not I'm not a winter person. I don't go out in the winter. Yeah, they sure do. Yeah. Yeah, they do, CT. I don't go out in the winter like that. I'm not a winter person. Now, when it get down close to around about March, get close to spring, oh, girl, you find me outside. I'll be outside in around the summertime and springtime. I just don't do winter. I'm not a winter person. I just can't do the winter. You need one in your bedroom, TT? I know, huh? It'd be nice to have a big old fireplace in your bedroom, cozy with the big old 76 or 70, whatever, inch screen TV in your bedroom, just sitting back chilling. I understand, Queen. I understand. Yeah, most definitely do. But anyway, y'all, I ain't been doing too much of nothing. Just gonna come over here, spread some talk about the trending topics and see about how everybody feel about certain things. And it's been a lot going on. And all these fires, y'all, these fires is going crazy. Me and my son, we sat around talking. Hey, Tori, baby, how you doing? Me and my son, we sat around talking. We talked about how we believe somebody's setting the fire. We know. We don't believe. We know somebody's setting these fires like that in California. And I think it's kind of sad for somebody to be that evil and that shallow to want to hurt other people. I think that's crazy. I don't know about people. People, they don't act the same like they used to. They don't act like they used to. They don't do like they used to. Yeah, I'm thinking that it gave me the same vibes that they gave me when the Maui over close to Hawaii came on fire. Y'all remember that? We went through everything up in that little town. They didn't have not nothing standing when they got through with that. Yeah, I seen those massive fires. Yes, and they're saying these people just walking around just being copycat. They call them copycats. Yeah, they got these copycats running around here setting these fires and stuff. That's crazy, isn't it? But I seen this one lady. She was homeless, and she set a fire, a mattress or something. She had a buggy, and she took this mattress in front of this gym, and she set this mattress on fire in front of the gym. I'm like, why would she do that? Why? Was they mean to her, or Did somebody drop a few coins in her pocket? Or, I mean, why would a person just go set fires like that? What give you the right? And those folks are just so hurt. Man, those people, all those people just, man, I seen people cry. Lord, and I just felt them. I felt them hard. I seen what all the pistons, a lot of pistons been rescued, and they got them all at the shelter and stuff. One they done got so far, and everything. So yeah, but yeah, it's been bad, y'all. I hate that. It just spread. Yeah, it's spreading everywhere. Yeah, my aunt told me when I talked to her. She said my niece's house burnt. My cousin's house burnt completely down. She lost everything, and she was saying that my cousin was telling her that it was one man that was had the fire hose cooling up, trying to get rid of the fire. No, make sure that the roof and everything stay cool and wet on his house. Come to find out, the lady said the wife said when she went back to check on the husband was out of there. He had a water hose still in his hand, y'all. The water hose was still in his hand. He was unalive. He trying to fight that fire, put them fires out. And then, and it said like something had to be so drastic to happen for everybody to come together at once. Why is it that everybody it had to be something real drastic for everybody to come along and show some love? Why is it like that? Why is it like that? It is sad, TT. It's real sad. But why do it take sad moments and something some kind of tragedy to happen before everybody just come together at once? Why can't it be something really serious? Why can't it be nothing just be anything else? But something like this, people come together, and I think it's a beautiful thing that people come together and everything. Y'all hold on. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, y'all. I think that's bad. That's real bad. You know what I mean? But hey, all I do is pray, and people is crying and I'm praying, and then this is another thing I don't like. When those people's stuff are getting destroyed and their stuff is destroyed, you had looters going out there digging through those people's stuff. Why are you out there messing with them people's stuff? Isn't it that they already going through enough and you gonna take your ass out there and go through their stuff? Why? Mine's too, TT. My prayers with the victims too. But you got these dummies that's going out there, these looters that's going out there digging through these people's stuff. And I'm like, what can they possibly go out there going to get? Everything burned down. Safe, maybe some coins, old coins. I don't know, but I think it's just really rude for people to go out there and digging on people's stuff, and I don't think that's cool at all. I know they can't place nobody in that designated spot in different spots, so they stuff can't be stolen. But I think it's sad for the people being lost everything. And you got those looters that go out there digging through stuff, and those people haven't even got a chance to go do their own stuff yet to make sure to see what they can salvage, And by what I seen on TV, you can't salvage nothing. Ain't nothing to be salvaged. I didn't see nothing. I couldn't even see the ground. And it was so much smoke out there, and those firefighters, y'all. I'm blessed to go to them firefighters. Okay, Sarah, to those firefighters who out there fighting all that smoke, and they ain't had no sleep in 60 hours, 70 hours. They fighting, and then they said that the fire rescue here in Texas, in Dallas, Texas, was on their way to California to help with the fires as well. And a lot of places little small towns and big cities and towns and states. I'm sorry, big cities and states are going to help fight that fire in California, to fight the fires in California. And my thing is, they got a fire over here started, then then across town somebody being started another fire, then right down the street another fire being started. And I'm like, these folks just setting these fires back to back to back to back. And like I said again, I'm gonna say it again. It gave me the Maui vibes. Y'all remember when Maui over there close to Hawaii, in Hawaii, that little island burnt up? It got caught on fire and burnt everything. I mean, everything was gone. Everything. And I was like, well, why those people didn't just drive about there with their cars, all those cars left behind? They said they couldn't even get on the roads. And the roads, they had roads blocked off because of the fires. And they had it so bad. I mean, it was just terrible. Terrible, terrible. But they say they caught somebody. And to me, and I'm going to say it again, somebody did set those fires. And I believe that somebody was probably paid some pretty good amount of money. And I believe that when they do catch whoever, and how many ever they did it, they could. I believe they're gonna get things gonna get quiet, and this is gonna be forgotten about. Those people gonna get out of jail, gone about their life, and other people whoever decided to steal that they wanted that land, got that land now. Those people who were staying there is out of luck. They canceled all the insurance with no insurance, Savage. Everybody insurance got cut off weeks before the fire started. How about that? Now, what coincidence is that the fire starts right after everybody insurance get canceled? When I say everybody insurance got canceled. Make you say, yep, everybody insurance got canceled. I don't know about the car insurance, but I know the fire insurance, everybody house insurance got canceled. He sure don't like ugly turd. Yeah, and like I said, it was hard. It was heartfelt. Yeah, and how you gonna cancel all these people insurance before this fire started? And then the bad part about it, y'all, the fire hydrants didn't even have no water. Let me go on and get ready to do my show. The fire hydrants had no water. A lot of them was empty. Nothing. Now, how the hell you gonna have some fire hydrants and you ain't got no water? Don't they supposed to go out there and check them fire hydrants every so often, make sure the pressure good and the water flowing and stuff? Who dropped the ball? Something happened. Teacher said FEMA can't even help them people, and the Red Cross begging for donations. Yep, FEMA can't help them. The Red Cross begging for donations. Look here. And y'all remember now, y'all let me know the chat. Do y'all remember when the last was the last hurricane, I think it was, happened? And they said they only had $750 to give people. They didn't have no money. That FEMA was broke. And they was giving $750 out. And that's all they gave was giving out. No matter how many kids you got, how many people it was, all you got was $750. And then if you was lucky to get that before the money ran out. So if FEMA ain't got no money, they had this bad burning in California. FEMA still ain't got no money. Red Cross still ain't got no money. They ain't got nothing. Who gonna help them peoples? Who gonna help them peoples out? Ain't got nobody. FEMA can't do it. Red Cross ain't able to do it. I don't think Salvation Army do stuff like that. They gonna depend on those superstars. So they said Sylvester Stallone house got burned and some other people's stars' house got burned down. Okay, well they got all their money. They got all them vacation houses on them beaches and stuff and on them different islands and stuff. Why they can't go in there? They got enough money to go in there and do a lot of structure with their money. If them Hollywood stars come together, yeah, They can rebuild it. They got enough money to help everybody out, y'all. They got enough money to help everybody out. I say everybody, I mean everybody. 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 But will they do it? Maybe not. They probably won't do it. They probably won't. Okay, Tara, I'm sure will, baby. Let's check out this DIDDY trial. I'll do it right now, Tara.
Y'all about to love this. The day y'all all been waiting for is finally here. They about to name names, and I like it. So the feds just announced they about to name names, co-conspirators in the Diddy trial, and they gave us a date. And I'm about to give it to y'all. If you did any business with Mohawk Diddy, they are about to tell the world. Check this out. The feds are preparing to name the alleged co-conspirators in the racketeering Sean Diddy Combs case. AllHipHop.com has confirmed that the U.S. government will reveal names of those who worked alongside Diddy and did illicit activities. They even got a name for it. And I know y'all want to know the date. Hold on, we getting there. They are calling this thing the Enterprise Letter. The Enterprise Letter will lay out the specifics and alleged criminal acts, including dates, locations, and participants. And this is supposed to all go down the day after my birthday, March 7th. Ooh, y'all. Now, when have they been so quiet? I got a pretty good idea who the diddler been telling on. Join me on my podcast, The Flow Show No Filter. I got a lot to say about this. Ooh, I'm out.
Yeah, y'all. March. It's coming in March, y'all. I can't wait to see who on that list. Boy. And I keep on hearing, I keep on hearing Elon Musk bought some of them tapes too, y'all. Them freak off tapes. They say Elon bought them. But when I know he ain't home looking at them. He at home singing to Beyonce and watching Beyonce. Woo. That's what he doing, y'all. That's what he over there doing for real. Yeah, that's what's going on. But yeah, it's gonna be a trial, y'all. So I'm waiting to see who the co-conspirators are. I can't wait. And y'all check out Flow Daddy over there on Instagram. He also got the Flow Show on Spotify. Y'all check Brother Man out. All right. Now, Stevie J and EVE, let's check it out.
It wasn't good because here is this person I thought was the love of my life was just so unsupportive.
For starters, she was only 19 years old when she met and began to date Stevie J. And things went so great and Eve fell in love so hard that she made one of her biggest hits to date, Got a Man, to tell the world how in love she had fallen. Eve even credited Stevie J as her first love, but it didn't take too long before she learned that the producer was cheating on her with several women. One of them possibly being Mimi Faust, since it's been confirmed that Mimi was in Stevie J's life for at least 15 years. It was also rumored that Stevie J's love of unprotected intercourse caused him to burn many women, not only emotionally, but physically, by transmitting STDs, and these are some of the reasons many think Eve finally left, besides just learning of other women. You know, Eve actually talked about wishing she had spoken up and stood up for herself when she was younger, and she said, "When I was younger, I didn't question things, but now I am annoying. Like if something doesn't feel right, speak up. If you feel like you are being lied to, speak up. If you feel like he is trying to push you too fast, speak up. And let me tell you something, anybody that knows your worth will stick around. They might not talk to you about it, but if they argue with you, or if they call you a name, or if they roll out, they are not meant to be in your life anyways." In addition, while promoting her memoir, Eve talked about her past, and one thing that's clear is that she actually regrets dating Stevie J. Like, she stopped by Hot 97 and she opened up about her relationship with British entrepreneur Maximilian Cooper, and she also answered more questions about her ex-boyfriend Stevie J in his VH1 show. And Eve said, I have not watched it. What can I say? I was young and dumb. My mom texted me and was like, you dodged a bullet with that one. Now, y'all know that the other drama Stevie J and Eve had when they were together was that they made a tape. And unfortunately for Eve, the tape got in the wrong hands and Eve was blackmailed by an unknown person for a large amount of money. And while many have said for years that the tape was given to the blackmailer by Stevie J, Eve said in her version of Behind the Music that it had actually been a former girlfriend who sold the tape. However, people have always suspected.
What y'all think? What y'all think? She said, at least she upgrade. Yeah, she got her husband, TT. Upgrade and go to a millionaire husband. That's why she got her millionaire husband. She sure got one, you hear me? She got her millionaire husband. I ain't mad at her. And she got her millionaire husband. Y'all, she ain't look back. She got her millionaire husband, baby, and kept on moving. Ha! Ain't that something? I got Tori back here. I think it's yes, Tori. Hey, Tori.
Hey, nah, she married a billionaire with a B.
Yeah, billionaire. Yeah, I'm glad she married. I'm glad she married one. She deserved it.
I
Don't
ain't,
you
I
think she
ain't mad.
deserved it?
I ain't
Deserved
mad at her neither. You know what I'm saying? That was my homegirl. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I look at at a homegirl or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, go on do your thing.
it?
Nah, but
Right.
she married a billionaire. She
Yeah,
married
she
a
stand
billionaire.
up there and said something. She gonna step out and do it big. And I ain't mad at her neither.
I ain't neither. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, dang, because I had heard about that. Because I had heard about that sex tape. I seen the sex tape and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it was with her dude though. So to me, it wasn't nothing wrong with. You know what I'm saying? I ain't see nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But she
I
wasn't
don't
doing.
see nothing
She
wrong
wasn't
with it
doing.
neither.
Nah, she wasn't doing nothing. But you know what I'm saying? She was stroking the dude. You know, she was stroking the dude thing.
Yeah.
That's all it was. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't no penetration of them like that. There.
I make her be like she did such a bad thing. But people
No,
be some terrible way.
no. No, she was like in her 20s or 30s or something like that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So she was young, and you know, it wasn't nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't nothing like when I saw the tape or whatever, or saw the footage or whatever, I was just like, no, I was like, it ain't, you know, it wasn't nothing. But then I had heard that, I was just like, damn, she married a billionaire. I like, go ahead, E. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like she ain't got to do nothing. I'm talking about this dude is a billionaire. He from overseas somewhere.
Yeah, but I'm glad she got her somebody though, y'all. That's a good thing. But
Yeah,
y'all,
nah, but what made me want to hit the panel though? You know, you was talking about the, you know, that FEMA stuff.
yeah, they broke.
Okay. They say they broke. They ain't broke. Uh, back
Okay.
in 2012, that's when I was driving my 18 wheels, right? So I went to South Carolina. Okay, it was a hurricane, you know, no down south. You know what I'm saying? Like from Florida to back Louisiana, like in the Baton Rouge area. You know what I'm saying? And I have family in Baton Rouge and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they told me they was cool, but you know, their house got messed up, but it was cool. But I
They
had picked up,
couldn't pick no money
but
down in Louisiana.
nah, but look, I had picked up, I had to pick up something from FEMA in South Carolina, and I had to take it to Baton Rouge. It was some
Yeah,
it was some it was some food. I forgot what you call them. They called it something. But I'm just like, hold on. I'm just like, why I'm picking up this stuff, you know what I'm saying, from South Carolina and taking it to Baton Rouge. You know what I mean? I'm just like, it was just weird. You know what I mean? I was just like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm picking up this food from South Carolina and taking it to Baton Rouge. You know what I'm saying? Albert, Louisiana. But that's what a hurricane was. and it was just strange to me. You know what I'm saying?
I worked the people at the time when they had a hurricane. It was real bad. But let's check out this right here about Twitch Tour. Now I knew this about Twitch, and tell me, no, you wrong, Perp, you wrong. I knew it. Check it out, Tour.
Wait a minute. So all this time they really have been lying to us about Twitch? All this time they've been lying on Twitch and we ain't have proof. But thanks to this interview by his wife Allison, we do now. And I don't like it. So check it out. We all know that Twitch met his wife on Dancing with the Stars. And Twitch went on to be executive producer of Ellen's show and known for his dancing and all that on there. But it got some dark shit in between because everybody be thinking about Ellen and Diddy's association, which make the Twitch unalive in itself even more suspicious. And ever since his passing, people have been looking at Allison, his ex-wife, kind of funny, and she been moving funny. Now, she just went on a recent interview talking about Twitch had all these rug problems, Molly, mushrooms, and everything. But check this out. Oh, and we can't forget what just been discovered that the family put out about that autopsy. But I'm going to get to that in a second. So she come out there saying that, trying to push a book that she's pushing, and the family came out and said he wasn't an addict. He smoked a little Mary Jane and was actively trying to quit. But it gets worse, y'all. They even went on to say she won't even let the family see the kids. Twitch family can't see their kids. Then one of the rumors that we had about the funeral was that all-time.
Okay, that's part one, y'all. Hold on. Let me go to part two. This is part two, y'all.
And since she went on here, Allison went on here talking this shit, she's bringing out a lot of skeletons. The family even said that this crazy woman even made the family sign NDAs just to attend the funeral. Even the mama. And now you exploit and lie on their cousin? Even Courtney came out speaking against Allison, and she said she know both of them. Matter of fact, she was on Twitch's season of So You Say You Can Dance. Not only did Courtney admit the NDA thing, but she said that this was by far the most tacky, classist, opportunistic act she has ever seen. So between Allison saying he was on rugs before he passed, but didn't say anything, said that he wasn't before he passed, and all the weirdness surrounding these two, and Twitch worked with Ellen and disappeared. And the autopsy saying that no drug substances or anything was found in Twitch's system at his unaliving. But her saying that, I feel like this needs to be reinvestigated. And I'm deep diving in it on my podcast, The Flow Show No Filter. Check the link in my bio and my series called Surviving Clive and Diddy. I'm out. The family is even saying the pew-pew that Twitch used was Allison's pew-pew.
Oh my God.
Come on now. What kind of now? I felt like I knew something wasn't right, but I kept on getting nah, they ain't right. But I knew, and then when they said that, and then I found out Ellen and Diddy was all buddy, and what all they had went through and this and that. Yeah, I knew something was wrong. I knew it. What you think, Tori? I knew it.
She finna be on that list.
She is on that list. She on that list.
She finna be on that list. I'm just saying, cause what happened with Diddy, whatever. A lot of people. That's why a lot of people hiding.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They trying to hide or whatever. You know what I'm saying? What I think is Diddy don't he done pissed somebody off. And they were just like, you know what I'm saying? Like they was, you know what I'm saying? Like some of that stuff that happened to me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you don't want me around here, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what happened with Diddy, you know what I'm saying? You ain't doing this, you ain't going by the rules. I got you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm telling you, Diddy got something to do with it, and Ellen do too. And I always felt like that because that man didn't seem like he had no problem like that. Trying to make he was crazy and he was on drugs and You know, that man, no, I try to
No,
make
I'm
that
just saying.
man bad.
I'm just saying, Miss Perk. I'm just saying, how you gonna be an intern and then take the dude's job? Like, come on now.
Right,
Some was going down.
right. That's what I'm saying.
Some
It
was
wasn't
going
right.
down. No, some were going down. I'm just saying, like if I own some or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and then somebody was, my intern, I'm finna show you, you know what I'm saying, the elevator, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna send it back down so you can come up too. I'm finna show you the game. I'm finna give you the game. You know what I'm talking about? And then, but that you know what I'm saying. But that ain't happened with him. I always felt like something. I was just like, hold on. I'm just like, hold on. How you was watching this dude call you? You watching this dude call one day, and then the next day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You above him.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm just like, I'm like, and then your mama was a whore.
She sure was.
Your mama was a whore, and your daddy was a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? Turned out to be a snitch.
And then the ex-wife acting crazy. The ex-wife gonna wrote her a book, and I wonder what's out that book she gonna tell. And the family saying that Twitch wouldn't even own no kind of no Uggs or nothing like that. So, but that's talking about the news. The news tried to put it out that he was on the Uggs real bad, and he was out there, and he took his own life, and this and that. I just something just couldn't make me believe that. I just couldn't get down to believe that's what really happened.
Yeah,
I never believed that. I never did believe that he did it to himself. I never did believe it. I never did.
yeah. That is funny or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But they say that about Rick James or whatever. They said they said they did find drugs in this. They did find something in this system.
Of
I
course, no.
mean,
Now you know. Now you now who you just now what name you just called? Come
Rick
on,
James,
sir. Who name you just called, bro?
Rick James. You know
That's
what I'm
all.
saying?
That sums it up right there, right? That's all you had to say.
No, I'm saying, but I'm saying they said they said they said they found some stuff in, they found something in his system, but they was like it wasn't enough to kill him, to, you know what I'm saying, like the overdose.
Yeah, yeah,
So it could have been like that, you know what I'm saying, with you know what I'm saying, who we talking about or whatever. But
yeah,
all that stuff is just crazy. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah. We said Reed James. I won't never forget that time. Y'all, when I put, I, let me see if I find it on my phone. When Reed James
No,
hit
I'm
the
just saying
board.
y'all know more about Rick James than I do. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, yeah,
when I was Rick was at the awards, and oh good, so she didn't know who he was. He said, "I'm Rick James, bitch."
yeah. At that award show, yeah,
He
it was
let her,
right
"I'm
before
Rick James,
he
bitch."
had passed.
The one that I'm Rick
I
James,
was saying, I
bitch.
wonder what happened. No, I'm saying, I wonder what happened. I wonder what happened. What I'm thinking is that the chick try to diss him or whatever. Then he was just like, "I'm Rick James, bitch."
He,
You know?
something happened. Something happened. She said she didn't know who he was. But he told her I'm Rick James, bitch. He let her know. He didn't care. He didn't
Hey,
care who he said in front of. He didn't care who it was. He let her know who he was.
yeah. Not. My daddy like Rick James. He like Rick James and Marvin Gaye. And then
Hey man,
you know what movie he
what
played in?
old school back in that era didn't like Rick James or didn't like Marvin
Yeah,
Gaye? They all
yeah.
did.
Yeah, that Rick James was from Buffalo, and then Marvin Gaye was from DC.
Man, I still play me
That's
some
how.
Rick James and me some Marvin Gaye show. Do the part like it ain't there, like he round the corner.
Yeah. No, I'm saying, hey, you know what? You know what movie he played in? You probably don't.
Who?
You probably don't know it. He played in Life.
Who?
Rick James.
Wait a minute. Let me put my thinking cap on. Let me put my thinking cap on. Wait a minute.
He was Spanky Johnson. He was Spanky Johnson. He was Spanky Johnson.
I don't feel like going and watching that movie all over again. You made me sick, Tori. I can't stand it.
No, he was Spanky
I
Johnson
can't
because
stand
I
your
had
ass.
told my daddy I was watching that movie with my daddy back in 2000. Yeah, year 2000. I was watching that movie with my daddy. And then I was like, Rick, because you know I call my daddy Rick. You know, he my real daddy, but I call him Rick. And I was like, Rick, I said, Rick, I said, you know who that is? Then he was like, no. I said, that's Rick James. And then he was looking, then he was like, damn, it sure is.
Hmm.
Then he was like, damn, how you know that? I said, man, all them records that he used to have, you know, remember the you remember back in the day when they used to have them flow speakers, you know what I'm saying, the stereos and all
Yep.
that stuff. My daddy had one of them or whatever, and my
I
daddy he
remember
had
James all the way back to the 8 tracks. God dog. My mama had 8 tracks.
yeah,
And you could dance
my
my
daddy
ass
had
off
an 8 track.
now.
My daddy had the 8 track. He had that Rick James was like a superhero or something like that on the cover. My daddy had that 8 track. I know about the 8 tracks.
Yeah. And you know my favorite song is Hollywood. I love me some Hollywood, man. If y'all ain't heard Hollywood with Rick James, y'all check out Hollywood. They just sit back, but when you listen to it, whenever I want everybody to go to Rick James and listen to Hollywood. But when you listen to it,
Hold
you
on.
listen to me.
You talking about that song? The hook go Hollywood. Hey,
Mm-mm.
hey, hey.
It don't go like that.
It ain't that. It ain't that. Okay.
But it's Rick James called Hollywood. But when y'all listen to Rick James called Hollywood, I want y'all to sit down with no kids around and just listen to him. Just listen to the words that he say. Just listen to what he's saying.
You sound
And
like my you sound like my you sound like my uncle. He tell me that because he would try to get me
hey,
to get
hey,
on that jazz.
hey, turn it, baby.
Yeah, he you
I'm
sound like
saying
my
if
uncle.
y'all listen to Rick James, if you go back and listen to Rick James Hollywood and Fire and
Yeah,
Desire, I'm talking about Hollywood right now. Go listen to
yeah.
Hollywood. That's a badass song, y'all. That's a bad
You sound like
song.
you sound like my uncle. My uncle used to try
Play,
to get
man.
me.
Play,
Now
bro.
I'm saying
That's a badass song, Tori.
yeah, it's crazy now because you and my uncle, y'all around the same age or whatever. My uncle he used to be telling me he was like man he would like hit you a drink or whatever man or hit you some weed or whatever. He like man
Yeah,
listen to that
yeah,
jazz.
yeah,
He was like just sit up there and listen to that jazz. I was like
yeah.
what he like Miles Davis.
The same thing about Rick James. Just sit there, you sit there, fight your square, but just sit there, just meditate, get in your own word. This is Hollywood, man. It's gonna take
Yeah,
you out there. It's gonna take you out
okay,
there.
I
At the
gotta
end,
check that out.
at the end, it's gonna bring you right on back. Gonna bring you back. Gonna bring you back in. I swear to God,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I gotta
And I
check that
love
out.
that Mary Jane.
Yeah, I gotta check that out or whatever. But nah,
Yeah, I want y'all to check that out.
but go to that that movie Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
That's Rick James up in there. Spanky Johnson. That's his name.
Boy, you gonna make
No,
me go look at life.
he
You gonna
was the
make me go
plug.
look at life.
He was the plug. You remember? Okay, you done seen Life, right?
Yeah, about 2 or 3 times.
No, I'm saying, okay. It was when Eddie Murphy and Martin they was finna go down to Mississippi, right? You know what I'm saying? It was based in New York, but then they had to go down to Mississippi. And before they was finna go down to Mississippi, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It was a dude in there. His name was Spanky Johnson. That's Rick James.
Yeah, I remember somebody. I never looked at him to see if they was. I didn't know that boy. What I always say, Tori, never too old to learn. Don't I always say that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Look
You
here,
sure
I
do.
don't learn. I'm gonna go look at life tonight.
No, I promise. No, I promise that's him. That's Rick James. Because I had told my daddy. I said Rick. That's I said look at Rick James. I like he looking good.
Hey, Shake,
I like
my boy, how you doing, King? Man, I'm gonna go check that out though. But y'all get a chance to go look at this Rick James in Hollywood. Y'all get in y'all meditate mode and get and set your
mhm.
mind free. This that Rick James, y'all. Rick
See,
James
since
in
you said that,
Hollywood.
yeah, since you said that, that's how that music was back in them days or whatever. Like I got an old soul or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's how that music was back in them days or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they used to use the the instruments and stuff, and all that.
Good
You know
part.
what I mean? Cause
I
like
bet you ain't noticed this right here though. I bet you ain't noticed how long the songs used to be back then in the day, and how long the songs is now. My son made me realize the songs now is like 2 and 3 minutes. Back in the day,
yep.
them songs like 7 minutes long, 8 minutes,
Yeah,
like
it'd be
Dog and
it'd be
Curtis
it'd be,
Mayfield. Them songs were long songs back in the day.
it'd be 4 verses.
Yes,
Back
man.
in the day,
Yeah.
it used to be 4 verses. It's just like right now, my favorite rapper is Big X the Plug. He from Dallas,
Yeah, I seen that.
but
I
his
seen
song,
that.
but his songs, you know what I'm saying, be like 2 verses. You know what I'm saying, and that stuff started happening like around when Master P was he from New Orleans. Master
Yeah.
P used to be doing that, and what his marketing scheme was. Like he used to be cause Ice Cube started, you know what I'm saying, like doing the 20 songs on the album.
But I'm just,
And
but
then,
I'm talking about like right now though. Them songs like now, the songs right now is so short. I
yep.
mean, back in
I'm,
the day, you can listen to a whole song and get your whole money worth of a cassette player, and you sit back on the cassette player, you jam. You just really party. Even at the club, you party like Salt and Pepper and Troop Nim and Run DMC and Court Jam and all them. Them songs was long
mhm,
back in the day. And Curtis Mayfield, Diamond in the
yep,
Top, whatever. Them was a long
yep.
songs. Them songs long back in the day. But now y'all don't get y'all money worth. And
Yeah, nah,
I listen
I got
to certain
something.
songs.
I got something for you. I got something for you. I wish Miss Pap was up here so she can vouch for me.
Oh,
I got something for you.
she
You
just
remember
said
that song?
she says
You
called the
remember
bill
that?
music, huh?
You remember that song? It's a song. It's an old school song. Summer Madness. Because Will Smith, the Fresh Prince, he did a remake of that song,
Oh, that crap. I know talking about now.
Summer Madness or
He
whatever.
did
You
too.
know what I'm saying? They ain't even singing on that song. Like before even somebody sang that song, that song going for like 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? They just playing the song because it was on. They used it on Baby Boy.
That's how they were back in the day. But now you don't get your money's worth. There's summertime. You don't get your money's worth. But y'all, how y'all think about move? Would y'all move the calendar? Would anybody in the chat move the calendar? Would you move the calendar, Tori?
Well, I got something for you. I'm here my time machine. Hold on, let me put on the Hold on, let me go to the comments.
Yeah, would you move the calendar, Tori?
They go Shank. I see Shank up in there.
They got the
What's up?
king up in here. Yeah.
What's up, Shank Rock?
Shane said, yeah, he'll go
He
to
said, he
calendar.
said,
Me
he
too.
said, hell yeah. He said, hell yeah.
But y'all check it
That's my
out.
nigga right
But
there. That's my
over in
nigga right there.
over in Canada, they on Trump ass, y'all. They on his ass, y'all. They don't care. He done messed around and pulled a little old white lady out the box. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
And believe you me, they ain't taking nothing lightly on Trump. But I'm thinking about going to Canada, y'all. Check it out.
So no, sorry. And I really also take offense, sorry, Mr. Trump, took offense to your idea that Pierre Poilievre wasn't good enough to lead the Conservatives. Wayne Gretzky, I mean, he's great. He is the great one. He skates to where the puck is going. It's not going to MAGA. The puck is on a Canadian ice rink. And by the way, Mr. Trump, please, before making public pronouncements that Wayne Gretzky should run for prime minister, give yourself or get yourself a briefing on the nature of parliamentary democracy, a Westminster parliamentary system and a constitutional monarchy where no one runs for prime minister. We have elections for members of parliament. We don't get to pick and choose among our billionaire friends for who gets a seat at the cabinet table. If they're not an elected member of parliament, well, Canadian system is different from that of the United States of America. I suggest that Mr. Trump find one of his grandchildren's school books and look at the year 1776, which may explain a few things to him about why our systems of government are different. I don't want to belittle Mr. Trump, but on the other hand, hey, Donald, have we got a deal for you? You think we want to be the 51st state? Nah, but maybe California would like to be the 11th province. How about it? California, Oregon, Washington, You've got geography in common with us. And not only that, we've already got a carbon trading system between California and Quebec. We've got some strong alliances on our west coast from British Columbia. There's been a lot of academic papers on the idea of Cascadia. So California, Governor Newsom, and Washington State, Jay Inslee, and newly elected Governor of Oregon, Tina Kotek. How about it? Want to put a referendum to your citizens? Because this is what you deal. Have we got a deal for you? This is what you get. Free health care. Universal free health care. No more one-year-olds who suddenly fall off the Medicaid list and their parents are in the news because they're trying to do a GoFundMe so they can get their daughter to a doctor. Universal free health care. And guess what? Those gun laws that your Congress is too afraid to pass because of the national gun lobby, we already got our strict gun laws. That's why we have the safest streets around the world, or at least in the United States, by the way, the most recent stats, 5.9 out of every 100,000 people is killed in a fatal gun incident versus 0.88 per 100,000 in Canada. That's because we have strict gun laws. California citizens, Oregon, Washington, safer streets. Here we already have good gun laws, and women have a right to an abortion under our universal health care system. But, we don't have to stop there. Donald, think about it. You could get rid of all these states that always vote Democrat. You know what else will take Bernie Sanders off your hands? Proud new Canadian citizen of the great province of Vermont. Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. We'd love to see you. Our maritime provinces already have deep, deep links and ties. Well, enough kidding around. But honestly, President Trump, get used to it. Canada is a sovereign nation full of, guess what, proud Canadians. We're not jingoistic. We don't boast a lot. That's one of the things we kind of have in common with Jimmy Carter. We're not a big nation for braggarts and bullies. We actually like to think we're of service in the world. We could do better. We can always do better. But we love our country. And it's a country. It's a nation. And we do not aspire to be the 51st state. So let's not hear that anymore. If it was a joke, it was never funny. And it ends now. Thanks.
Let me get my bags. Hold on. Let me get my damn suitcase, my rolling suitcase, and let me get some brand stuff in somewhere. And wait a minute. Let me get my stuff, and let me see what my bank account looking like, and let me see, can I get me a ticket? Me and my son. Let's get the hell up out of here. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go.
I'm just saying, you see what TT and Shank saying. You know who else said something about
Let's
that?
go.
You said you know who else said something about that there?
Who?
Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Way back in the '60s, he said that
I'm like
because
Shane.
they fair people up there.
Shane talking about he's thinking about moving to Canada. I was telling TT the same thing, Shane. I might need to move to Canada. Yeah, TT, come on, everybody, let's go.
They got free healthcare for healthcare up there.
Yeah, I just said
And,
that
you know,
thing. I said that thing that Roy said. What I don't say, I just give it away and get my clothes and just go.
no, they have a fair system up there. They really care about people. They treat people like they treat people like people. And then it's what's called on
Yeah,
Netflix. Yeah, it's
Shane said a lot of slaves escaped to Canada. They sure did back in the day.
You said what?
A lot of slaves escaped to Canada back in the day.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at about Malcolm X. Malcolm X said anything below Canada, it's the South,
Yeah,
and they very racist. You know what I'm saying? Below Canada.
right. Titi said facts, Tori. That's right. That's right. I'm ready. Titi said Nation of Islam always have known what's been best for our people. If they said go there, I believe them. Yeah. We might need to get our shit and go, y'all. What we waiting on?
Yeah, I'm just saying, and you know who you know the sport hockey.
Who?
Hockey, the sport.
Yeah, the sport. Yeah, hockey. Yeah.
Guess who invented that
Oh,
up there? Black folks. You know the Stanley Cup and all that stuff.
yeah, yeah. Oh, you
Black
know
black
what?
folk,
You
black
sure
folks,
right. Sure right,
black,
Tori.
black, black folks invented that up there in Canada.
Shane said, "Let's go, Tori." TT said, "I'm about to start packing." We on our way.
No,
Oh, y'all.
you know what I'm saying? Like now, and I don't know what it is up there. The Canadian football people, the
Yeah.
football players, they get paid more than the NFL people.
Shoot. Say,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Cause that's what you know what I'm saying. That was one of my options. You know what I'm saying? When I played ball in school, I was just
yeah.
like, I was just like, yeah, I was like, I could go to Canada. Play ball for about 5 years or whatever. Stake my bread or whatever.
And I
Get some.
love to be I love to be somewhere with no gun violence. Ooh, you know how much I love that. Man,
Yeah,
say,
that's what they
ooh,
did. You know that dude? It's a dude named Michael Moore. He made that movie Fahrenheit 9/11. He was talking
yeah.
about
I remember the movie. I remember the movie.
you remember that?
Yep. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then he was interviewing the people out there, whatever. It was like some people from Detroit, cause like Detroit, cause I've been to Detroit only one time, and then it's a bridge that'll take you to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what Michael Moore did. He was interviewing the people or whatever, and it was some people from Detroit. Then he was just like what I'm saying, like he interviewed this black dude. He was just like, man, he was like, I just come up here to just chill. He was like, they just let you be up here. You know
Man,
what
I
I
might
mean?
I'm for real. I'm stick into that, switching mindset to move to Canada. That's right. We moved to Canada, Shane. We sure live for the move to Canada. I might have to look into that because I'm tired of all this gun violence and all this stuff that go on over here. Can't get control of. We got all this money, but can't get nothing done the right way. So I wouldn't mind going.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad you said that because I was thinking about some things that I had been through or whatever, and I'm glad you said that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
that's good, man.
yeah, 'cause you know what I'm saying? Because I got a partner. You know what I'm saying? He in a situation. He doing 25. He been in there 20, but you know what I'm saying? Like we was in our 20s when he got into that mess. He done sat up there and shot a dude 8 times, and
Oh,
the dude, yeah, the dude wound up being a African prince. His and his parents were diplomats. The dude that he shot.
I said I heard something about that. Teacher said you can see all the smog and the dirt in the air in Detroit from Canada. Dang, for real. Oh yeah, a lot of TikTok far from Canada. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Shay. Oh wow, yeah. The air just
I ain't
clean.
know that. I ain't know that neither. Well, the earlier
Dang,
just came Canada.
yeah, yeah. Do y'all drink that coconut water? Tori, you drink that coconut water, Tori?
No, I tried it, but I ain't like it.
I didn't like this crap either. I didn't like it. I don't know, but the other day the Capri Suns, they got at the bottom of it had some mold in the bottom of the Capri Suns. So y'all remember check out kids Capri Suns. They got that mold in the Capri Suns, y'all. The
Yeah,
Capri
uh-huh.
Suns got mold in them. So y'all make sure y'all give your kids the Capri Suns. Y'all pour it in a cup because the Capri Suns got mold in it and make the kids sick. She said this country is just built on keeping us stagnant. It's time to move on. Let us have. That's right, TT. Hey, Mahel, how you doing? Yeah, that's
Oh,
President
that's my
Mahel.
head.
I will vote for
That's my
president.
head. Hey, that's my head. Hey, what's up, my head?
I don't drink Mexican water, y'all. That Mexican water got a fungus in it, y'all. Let's check out this Mexican water. Y'all quit drinking this stuff. Y'all be careful what y'all drinking. Pour it in a cup. Pour it in a cup, y'all. Hold on.
Yeah.
If you drink coconut water, you might want to check your fridge. Right now, more than 2 million cans of coconut water are being pulled from shelves. The FDA has issued a recall on 12 can cartons of Jarritos coconut water. According to them, a seal on the can could break, and that could lead to contamination with harmful bacteria. The recall is currently in place across 29 states, including Texas. So if you have some in your fridge, they say just throw it out.
Across the U.S., the Food and Drug Administration has ongoing recall for 12 can cartons of Jarritos coconut water. Authorities say the seal on the cans could become compromised and let in harmful bacteria. The recall is currently in place across 29 states, including Wisconsin. It includes nearly 170,000 cases for a total of more than 2 million cans.
The Food and Drug Administration has an ongoing recall of Jarritos coconut water. The recall is in 29 states and covers 2 million cans.
I know a lot of Hispanic people, y'all, drink that coconut water. A lot of Hispanic people drink coconut water. I know for a fact.
Yeah, you're right. Because that's
Yeah.
why I got the coconut water from. I bought it from a Mexican grocery store
Yes.
over there
I
over
too.
there off Irving Boulevard. You know
Mhm.
Irving Boulevard. You know what I'm saying out here.
Yeah.
They got a lot of Mexican grocery stores up over there. I was at the what you call the restaurant depot, and I had walked across the street, and you know what I'm saying, because I was thirsty. Then I was like, you know what I'm saying, I had been doing research on trying to eat and drink healthy and all that stuff.
Yep.
And then
They coconut
I,
water.
yeah, I had got that coconut water. I was like, man, this shit nasty. I was like, I ain't drinking this shit. But you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying.
Shane.
But I do be checking. But I be checking the I be checking that stuff though. You know what I'm saying, before I feed it
Yeah.
to my daughter. Before I feed it to my daughter, I be checking that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's a whole bunch of kids around me and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like I check the, you know, I
Yeah.
check the food.
Sometimes it's best with they can stuff to pour it into a glass to see what's going, what's in the bottom of it. You know what I'm talking about? Shane said, "No
Yeah,
more coconut water for me. You better leave that coconut water alone, man." Titi said,
yeah,
"Man, that should know how to mess up everything we consume here. That's a damn shame, y'all."
yeah,
The
yeah.
FDA people, they ain't doing their job, y'all. They ain't doing their job. They ain't doing their job. They ain't doing their job. I don't care what nobody say, y'all. The FDA ain't doing their job.
I'm just saying I ain't gonna say they ain't doing their job. They
Yeah,
doing their job.
George. Well,
They doing it.
wait. How can you say that? All these
No,
recalls,
I'm saying they know what the hell going on. They know what the hell going on.
they know what's going on. I believe some of these people getting paid to say, this food ain't no good or something wrong with this food. That's what I believe now. I may be wrong, but I believe it because of the fact that it's
No,
the recalls coming back to back and so many millions and thousands all over the United States and different states, part of the states. And I believe that, they paying somebody to pass that stuff on through the system. And then what they do is once they being made so much money on it, and then they try, I think they make so much money on it, then they put a recall on it because they can't nothing else happen. I don't know. But that's what I
I'm
believe.
just saying, I don't sit up there like I don't sit up there and okay, like when
Yep,
stuff be on
right.
sale, when stuff be on sale in the grocery stores,
Yeah.
that stuff be bad
Yes.
because I had took some stuff from out here to Connecticut or whatever. And then this lady, she, you know what I'm saying, she had an attitude, but I was listening to her though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just got a habit of that, like certain stuff that people say or whatever. And then she was like, I know what's going on up here. Da-da-da-da-da. And
Yeah.
I was like, why you got an attitude? You know what I'm saying? And then I had talked to the broker. Then the broker was just like, nah, he was like, that stuff is bad. That's why he had to take it back up there. He was like, they ain't finna do nothing but put it back up in the store and sell it. You know
Sometimes
what I'm saying? At a
they
cheaper
take
price.
a finger punch remover and remove the date and put a new date on some food. Sometimes have you noticed that?
Nah, I
Yeah.
don't know no fingernail polish. I don't mess with fingernail polish.
I said finger punch remover to remove the date off of packages, off the meat packaging stuff.
Oh,
They take finger punch remover and wipe it off and put new dates on certain stuff. Sometimes. Yeah.
nah, I ain't know that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to work at Walmart. I used to work in the produce section or whatever Uh, but we ain't do none of that type of stuff up there. You know what I'm saying? Like I started finding this stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Like because this was right before I started driving trucks, and then I was just like, oh, I was just like, that's why. You know what I'm saying? Dick Gregory said something about that because he was like he said something about it in Dallas or whatever. He was just like, man, he was like, it's a Coca-Cola factory out there, and he said Northern Dallas. That's what he called it, but we don't call it Northern Dallas or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Out here. And then he was just like, yeah, he was like, it's a factory out there in Northern Dallas. He was like, they be having bad Coca-Colas out there. I was like, what the hell? He was like, yeah. He was like, when that stuff going on sale in the store, he was like, it's something wrong with it. That's what he said. He was like, there's something wrong with it. He was like, this stuff be old, it be outdated. And I was just like, man, you know, all this stuff is a game. He used to say that too a lot. He was like, all this is a game. You know what I'm saying? To these people and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? They playing with our lives and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You just got to pay attention.
Yeah.
You know?
And y'all, I'm encouraging y'all, but I really want to show y'all this right here. Hold on.
Okay.
So some things is gonna change, y'all. Some things is gonna change. So I want to put this out here. So I want y'all to get ready. I want y'all to be prepared because things are gonna change. Once Trump become president, things is gonna change. And right now, some things has changed. I want y'all to pay attention when y'all go in some of these stores. You look on, on the windows, see what how they got different labels and stuff, or on the windows and stuff. Y'all pay attention now. I'm gonna pay attention. Check it out. Do not touch me. Out of the store. I know, look at the camera. Out of the store. Wrong one.
Woman saw this sticker on the front window of women's clothing store Rare Trends in East Austin, reading exclusively for white people, maximum of 5 colored customers. There's also a city logo and above it, sponsored by the City of Austin Contemporary Partition and Restoration. Caroline Gray is the director of sales and marketing for the store. She came in Wednesday expecting an average day, not knowing what was on the store's front window.
Come in from the side and in through the front door, off to the left, so I don't see the front of the sign when I come in the door.
That was until the phone started ringing.
And she said, I just walked by your store and there's a sign in the window that says you only allow white people to shop. And I was like, what?
Gray walked outside and saw it for herself. Austin police came to the store to investigate. It turns out Rare Trends is not the only business hit by vandals with the sticker. It was also put on Windmill Bicycles and El Chiquito Restaurant on Manor Road. The city's code enforcement officers will be looking for other stickers and the person or people posting them.
What's going on, Austin, Texas? What's going on, Austin, Texas? What's going on with y'all down there making me look bad up here? The hell y'all doing?
That's what I'm saying. Hey, look, this is what I gotta ask you. Okay, look. When you go, okay, like if you go somewhere, like don't you feel, because I was arguing with one of my old school partners, you know what I'm saying? He like 10 years older than me or whatever. And we was talking and then cause we had worked together. Then I was just like, man, I was like, man, boss man, racist. Then he was like, nah, he may be a lot of things, but he ain't racist. I said, bro, I said, I'm black. I've been black all my life. I said, we could pick up on that stuff when people are racist. Do you feel like that? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you just walk up in somewhere, like you just get that vibe.
I don't get that vibe. I don't get people. People don't follow me around and people don't watch me. I don't get that. I don't get that, Tari.
I'd have been followed around and stuff.
I never have been followed around.
I have been
that I've known of, that I've seen in my site. I ain't never been followed around here. I never have.
I have been, but you know what I'm saying. But it's a mind thing though. You know what I'm saying. So you know what I'm saying. Like I'll notice that I'm getting followed around or whatever. Then I'm looking at them. You know what I'm saying. I'll smile and be like, "Hey, what's up? You doing all right?" You know what I'm saying. Like I'll fuck with them. You know what I'm saying. I ain't mean to cuss. My
If
bad.
I got okay, that's okay. If I got followed around that store, I think I probably show out. I would get them what to follow me for. I probably start clowning, talking crazy, and
Yeah. I understand it now, but I'm saying it's a mind game because they don't even know why they doing it.
they know why they doing it. You know why they doing it. What you say, boy, man?
You know, I'm just saying they don't even know. I'm saying they don't even know no better. Like, what did you do? Like, what did you sit up there doing that for? You know what I'm saying? Just be, hey, what's up, man?
Just to
You
pick on
doing that?
somebody else, just because they ain't going good. That's crazy. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's why they got ran out of Africa. Did you know that?
Who got
It's called
wait a minute,
it's called
Who got ran out of Africa?
them albinos, because that's what them type of people come from.
Oh no, I didn't know they got ran out of.
They albinos is called albinism, and they used to be causing all kind of, you know what I'm saying? They used to be causing all kind of trouble, you know what I'm saying? Because everything started in Africa, and then they got ran off, they got ran off or whatever, and they ran to the Caucasus Mountains or whatever, and that's why they
Yeah,
call
yeah, I know about
Caucasians.
that.
That's why they call Caucasians.
Well, Wycliffe, whatever his name, St. Johnson, come on back over to Africa. He calling everybody home. That ain't my damn home. I wasn't born over there, and my mama wasn't over there. My grandma, my great grandma, they went over from no Africa, so we never see that part of the world.
I don't know. I think I'm probably in because
What?
I had family from North Carolina, and then but I have
I
Irish.
said Africa.
uh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of the people's, you know what I'm saying, like Shank he from North Carolina. He told me he probably got family from Africa. That's where the peoples over there, that's where they came from. You know what I'm saying, from Africa
Oh,
to you know what I'm saying, off the boat. They came from Africa, then they went all up and down the East Coast, you know what I'm saying, from North Carolina, South Carolina,
well,
you know,
my
all the
people
way up, all the
ain't
way
none
up to
my
yeah,
folks come from down that way. Ain't none came from North Carolina. My folks come from Oklahoma down there at Choctaw down there at Telequad at the reservation and stuff. My people come down there from El Dorado and all that. I don't know. We didn't come from no
yeah.
Africa.
Now,
My folks
let me
come
tell you something. Let me tell you something. You say Oklahoma, they probably you probably Native American.
yeah, that's my grandmother. She was an Indian.
Yeah, you have no from you have Native American in you,
Yeah,
especially if they came from Oklahoma. I
yeah.
think I told you. I think I told you. You know who the Lone Ranger is, right?
The who?
Lone Ranger. You remember that little show back in the day? It was a black and white show.
Yeah,
The Lone Ranger.
yeah. Long range and what's the Indian man?
He had that black mask on.
Yeah.
The black mask was that is supposed to be a black man.
Mm.
That's
Oh
after a
yeah,
black
yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, he must be a black man. You sure right, Tar. I can't stand you, Tar.
Muskogee. He from Muskogee. He done whooped the slave. He whooped the slave owner or whatever, and walked out the plantation. He done whooped that. He done whooped it. Okay, he done whooped the like the real dude or whatever,
Yeah,
the real Lone Ranger or whatever.
yeah,
He, he, he,
Tar.
he was from Muskogee or whatever, Muskogee, Oklahoma. He done whooped the slave master. And walked out. He be like, I ain't taking this shit no goddamn more. I ain't going for this. He done whooped that nigga and then became sheriff.
Mm.
He became the Lone Ranger,
Yeah,
like on the show.
you know what the man they try to make him not look black, but he was a black man. You sure right, Tar.
Yeah, they
Said,
put that.
if you ain't
That's
from
why they put
Africa,
that mask on him. That's why they put
Tiki
that
said,
mask on him.
Tiki said, if you ain't from Africa, you ain't Indonesia Indian. If you black, huh?
See, that's wrong too because I heard a dude on the radio yesterday. He say he called it first generation people. He was like, don't say Indian because Christopher Columbus old goofy ass or whatever.
With his good lying ass.
Yeah, that's where it came from.
Lying
And guess who was journalist was? His
ass.
journalist was a black dude from Africa. The dude that was keeping all the records and stuff.
Yeah, helping him like he
Then,
know he was lying.
his nasty ass done died of VD. He had VD.
Uh, uh.
Nasty ass nigga.
But y'all know what? St. Louis is a place I would not want to stay, y'all. They don't give a damn. St. Louis is about like Atlanta, Georgia, y'all. St. Louis don't give a damn about people. Do you understand me? Them people down there don't care about nobody, y'all. Y'all check out these dirty ass police. Check them out, y'all.
Okay.
5 seconds is the time it takes for two officers to find what they've been called to look for.
Damn, he right there. Somebody right there. Swear to God. No, he ain't dead. He alive.
September 10th, 2023, still sunny in Forest Park at 6:20 p.m. A man lying on the ground, shot, but still breathing.
He should have told me. I don't know.
That's now former SLMPD officer Austin Frazier. He is not wearing a camera. It's his partner, Ty Warren's, that is rolling. Together, they make a decision.
We better take this motherfucker down. We ain't taking this shit. I ain't taking 30 minutes. Let's cruise around and come back.
A minute and 10 seconds on scene, changing lives forever. Laughing as they walk away from a person and the public who needed them to protect and serve.
It's disgusting. It's really disgusting.
Former St. Louis County Chief Tim Fitch, now a police consultant, had been appalled when we'd first shown him disciplinary complaint documents filed by Missouri's Attorney General, which accuse Warren and Frazier of what the state calls a, quote, reckless disregard for the safety of the public and another person. And now we've shown Fitch the officer's body camera videos obtained through a public records request.
Certainly, it's even more disturbing just watching the video.
St. Louis police had been called to Forest Park after a call from a person who said they were going to take their own life. Later learning it was 29-year-old Urayuan Rodriguez Rivera. Disciplinary complaint documents say Frazier and Warren arrived on scene and located the man lying under a tree, shot in the head. Neither attempted to render any assistance, neither requested medical assistance, and neither, complaint documents say, attempted to locate a firearm.
Let's cruise around and come back.
Instead, they simply leave, and Warren turns off his camera. But about 10 minutes later, they come back to Forest Park and pretend they hadn't already been there.
522 priority.
Go ahead.
Have EMS respond for one subject, not conscious but breathing, barely.
A third responding officer immediately calls in the scene.
Yeah, he's snoring.
Assessing the wounds. The man's breathing so agonizing, it's like a gasping for air.
Where's the gun at?
That third officer immediately notices something isn't right.
You got a gun?
You can't see one.
As others arrive, they know to secure the perimeter.
Hey, start it way up there and do the whole thing.
Throughout several officers' body camera videos, you see them putting up yellow crime scene tape.
Priority with privacy curtains. We're in a very exposed area of Forest Park.
Calling to block the victim from view in the busy park and keep others away.
You got a pulse still?
They follow protocol and attempt to help.
Super weak, but I feel it.
Even when they know it's bad.
There's not much we can do. Shoot. Yeah, we're going. They still got a pulse.
So those officers did their jobs, and they do their jobs well.
Guy down there by the tree, see that gunshot wound through and through. Labored breathing.
EMS officials take Urayuan to the hospital, but he does not survive.
You've got to wonder.
So how dirty was that, y'all? Now, St. Louis, y'all dirty. I don't think I'm going to come down to St. Louis. I think I'm going to stay up and down there. It ain't St. Louis ain't for me. Y'all dirty down there. Y'all dirty. Boy, y'all dirty.
Sure is.
Y'all dirty.
I guess the best thing they got going on is the thick girls that they got up there, but no, that's wrong.
They was there. They gonna leave. They gonna leave. I mean, man.
No. I already know what's going down. Shank, he gone. He probably turned it off. He probably made a motherfucker.
How can you do that to a person?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying somebody dying.
But then
like
hold on. Did y'all notice the first time when they went, That man he wasn't gurgling. He wasn't gurgling. He wasn't doing that at first. Remember now, when he first got there, he wasn't doing none of that. When they came back, he was doing that then. It's like he was asleep. At first, when they got there, that man wasn't like that at first. They could have helped that man.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, I don't want to. Man, you know what? I don't know, cause this is just not a job. You know what I'm saying? Like I be saying, I'm just like, well, maybe them police need, have you know, a periodical psyche valve.
Yeah. Do
You know what I
they
mean?
get one? Do they get second? Do they get evaluated when they go to police department, police
I
squad,
I,
and
I
training?
don't
Now that
know.
they get evaluated.
I don't know. That's what I was saying. I had said it to somebody just a few weeks ago, and I was just like, man, I was like, they need to have a periodic psyche valve. They need to have one when they get
What
hired,
you
and
think
then they
every
need to have.
year? You have one every year, and you have one like every 2 years. You think like every year? I think like every.
Nah, I said
I say every year.
every quarter, every 3 months, because because you know what I'm saying, like, because I've been trying to get them. This is just me, because you got to give them the benefit of the doubt or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because like they on the street,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, every day, all day, right? So you know
Right.
what I'm saying, and they see a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I done ran the streets. You know what I'm saying? Basically, that's what they doing. They running the streets. You know what I'm saying? But they see a whole lot of different
They
stuff or
right.
whatever, and then so have a psyche valve every 3 months,
Every
because that's
you
what it
baby.
seems like to
That
me.
makes
Because
sense. That
sometimes
makes
they'll
sense.
panic. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they'll panic. Like you got to give them the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they'll panic, but I mean, you could give them the benefit of the doubt, because you know what I'm saying, like, because sometimes they'll panic and then just want to shoot and all that shit.
Hold on, Tar.
I
We
mean,
got a guest. Hey, T. Hold on, Tar. We got a guest. Hey, TT.
Hey, Perp. Salute, Tori.
What's
hey,
good?
He said I was wrong because I said blacks are indigenous of Indians of America. Where in any context is it say that we weren't already here? Everybody's being led to believe that we was put on ships and brought
Yeah.
over here and put into slavery and captivity. We were already here.
We heard
yeah,
already,
yeah,
right?
it's right. And then,
No,
hey,
nigga, you sit up here talking. No, that's wrong too. I said
no,
what
I didn't say
everybody
that.
should already know. If you don't know
No,
your heritage, you better go figure it out, because, honey, ain't nobody gonna make me believe that we
no,
weren't here.
they found fossils. No, baby, that ain't what I said. They found fossils in Arizona. Black people from like 80,000 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
I was getting ready to say, what the hell?
See, you just
Let's
want to jump
go.
on the nigga. No, you just want to jump on the nigga.
No,
My friend on it.
I was just like, I can't believe he said that's wrong.
No, that ain't what I did. I'm just saying, just talk to me. So you owe me some sugar.
No,
Uh-oh.
come on. Listen, when you do, because see that we are the only people that don't know where we came from.
Right.
We
I
was
got a
all over.
problem
We
with
were
that.
all over here. We were all okay. Okay, listen. We were all over this mug. You know what I'm saying? Because it was called Eurasia. Everything. Okay, you look at the African continent or whatever.
Hmm.
Everything broke off from there. Like look at Africa. Like you know what I'm saying? Like even the Universal Studios or whatever. The movie
Yeah.
Africa is right there. And then you look at the map and whatever, you look at Africa, everything broke off from there. And then you know what California was named after us?
Huh.
California.
California was named
Black
California was named no, it was named after a black queen named Khalifa.
Mm.
And that's where they found the gold at, you know what I'm saying, over here in in North America. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Africa is called the motherland or whatever. Then I
Did y'all
mean,
ever did y'all ever see that movie, The Sapphires? It's a true
no.
story. Okay,
I didn't.
it's about this singing group. Uh that came up in like the 60s. They went over to the Vietnam War and they sang R&B songs, but they were indigenous Australians. That was their background, and they had fair skinned fair skinned offspring being born, and the government over there went and took anybody fair skinned, okay, and put them in foster homes and made them believe that they were white. They separated. Don't that sound familiar? They separated their fair skinned people from their dark skinned people and called them ninjas. Called the dark skinned Australians ninjas. Now they look mixed race. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen an Australian, a dark skinned Australian?
Yes, I have.
Nah,
Yeah, I have.
I ain't never seen none. I seen some.
They kissed by the sun. They beautiful people.
They sure is.
Hold on, Australia. That's the that's something like an island, right?
No, Australia.
Australia. I'm saying it's real small.
Hey, mate, the kangaroos. That's Australia.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The kangaroo man got
The Tasmanian devils. They got the Tasmanian down there.
Yeah, they got all that. Them people go back into their history. Them colonizers came over there. The same thing they've done here. And wrecked shop and separated them people.
She said wreck shop like she from Texas.
This stuff ain't this stuff is just a cycle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All they've done is gone around and snatched up folks' land and dog people. And the sad part of it, like I said, we don't know where we come from. They have lied.
I'm just saying, but no, I gotta disagree with you on there, baby. Look, we was all over this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We was all over here.
Yeah, but who all know that? How you gonna disagree with that? When ask any other African American person, what's your hair perps out? My folks ain't come from Africa. This is all what it's been.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
It's an ignorance that's been implanted because they don't want us to know our true. Come on now, y'all know what this is.
Yeah.
If we know who we are, then we too powerful. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, since you said that, you know who said that too? You know who said that?
Who?
You won't believe it. Hitler.
Man, all I know
is he said if black folks knew who they was, he said they could take. He said they could take over the world again. That's what he said. He said again. That's what he said.
So, knowing what we know, just a little bit of that we do know. We knew the magnitude of everything, and everybody knew that. They already a minority. They the minority. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right about that. You right about that. I ain't never had that much knowledge. You surely is right about that.
Absolutely. I ain't lived 44 years on Earth and get a bachelor's degree for nothing.
Yeah, no. You see it.
Tell people you better recognize a black woman.
I know some shit. But listen, if they don't want us here, they say this their shit. We get, y'all over here. Why don't y'all go back to where y'all? Why don't we just go? I mean, what is America? What is to America that's so?
But we own the world though. We own the world. Okay, like look at my jeans, huh?
What is it to make great again anyway? It wasn't never great. And let y'all tell it. It never belonged to us. So why do we continue to try to fight for this shit over here?
Right. And what I see of Africa is what I see is very pretty, but then I see some other parts where like, nah, I know that I would make
it don't have to necessarily be Africa part, but why continue to stay here, be mistreated, dogged out on a daily, not giving our man, y'all can't even pay us back for the stuff y'all put our ancestors through. The stuff y'all did wrong towards them. Y'all know y'all was wrong.
Yeah. That's why Muhammad Ali didn't go to go fight in Vietnam.
Out every damn civil rights leader that we've ever had. I mean, it's like, when we gonna wake up as a people?
You right. Yeah, you right. Yeah, you're right about that. I'm just saying, like that's why Muhammad Ali didn't go fight in the Vietnam War. I'm not finna fight for a country that hate me.
In 2024, a lot got revealed. That
Yes.
they've been shielding and covering up. Our eyes should have been open to a lot of what's going on and what's going to continue to go on. Why continue to sit here and look dumb and stay here and knowing that these people ain't got no best interest for us and never will.
That's right. That's right. You see, they already got signs up to my white only signs. What the hell? We ain't back in on 1800s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, that's why I want to ask you, Miss Perk. That's why I want to ask you, Miss Perk. Miss Perk, you seen how uncomfortable that white lady was?
She was very uncomfortable.
Because it was a white lady that had told it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just hatred. You know what I'm saying? With them people that put that stuff up there like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's why
Y'all state alone, y'all have over 10 sundown towns that still exist and operate to this day. Black folks can't get caught in these specific towns once the sun go down, or you're going to be lynched.
Yeah, that's
yeah. I'm saying
Stupid shit is that to stay here, and you got it right here in America that was supposed to be land of the free. Still towns that will lynch you for being there after dark because if you black or somebody of color. What the hell's wrong with our people?
Yeah, and they think we like watermelon chicken. I don't even like watermelon.
Oh boy.
Nasty. No, I'm saying I was in West Texas, Miss Perk. I
I
was in
like
West
watermelon
Texas.
and chicken, and so what? What that mean?
No, I'm just saying. Look,
and I like
Miss
big
Perk.
red. And I like red Fanta. And I like red Fanta. And I like
and grape soda. So what?
Miss Perk.
Preference. What do that mean?
Hey, Miss Perk. I was in West Texas off of 287, right before Interstate 40. I was in West Texas.
There's not one history book that's going to tell us the truth about who we truly are as a people. It's not one history book being taught to our kids in the American schools that's going to tell them who they are.
They already try to. I told them.
We send them paying taxes in this. Let me get down before I get the cussing and fussing tonight. I don't even want to do that.
We got to be the ones who teach our kids now about Black history. The schools ain't teaching Black history. We got to teach our kids ourselves. Like Pepper and Sam, we got to teach our own kids Black history.
I love a lot of white people. I have white people in my family, but I'll be willing to say goodbye to their asses too. If I could go somewhere and live and be treated fairly and be respected as a Black woman, I'm willing to do that because I ain't gotta be in this bitch, and you don't gotta be here. Tori don't gotta be here. Shank don't gotta be here. Mahaya don't gotta be here. None of us got to be here.
That's right, and I'm serious. I've been seriously thinking about moving over to Canada. Remember, we had this discussion. I might need to move to Canada. Shit.
Yeah, if you're gonna say white on the pies, white sons hundreds of fucking years back into segregation, we'll be looking dumb to sit up over here. We will really be a group of dumb, ignorant MFs to sit up over here.
Yeah.
And I said what I said.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then the lady, she called for people to come over to Canada. She let people let Trump know, your people come over here with where we are. They get me, and they already know we get mistreated. And she already said in so many words, we as Americans over here get mistreated. She telling people come over to Canada where they at over there and get treated much better.
Yep, they do everything better on there. I'm saying they football players get paid better.
I got a cousin that married a young Cambodian lady from over there, and her family welcomed him with open arms. They don't do all that racist stuff like that over there. That he said I'd never come back into the United States.
Yeah, it's a show on Netflix called Kim's Convenience or whatever, and it breaks down the Canadian culture that's up there. Like that family, like the main characters are they're not even Canadian or whatever. They're I think they Korean.
Well, all I want to know is is they living is they living cheap over there? Is it living? How's it living over there? Is it cheap? The food cheap? The cars cheap? The house cheap?
Of course, the cost of living is but they paying their citizens fairly.
You'll get better. Okay.
Match
Miss
what you
Perk,
make over there.
yeah, Miss Perk, you done ever bought a book before, right?
Yeah, it say count on the back
And,
of it.
and you say and it say U.S. and then it say
Yeah,
Canada
yep.
and then the Canadian currency is always more than the U.S. Like I
Okay.
don't know if you know this dude. I don't know if you know this dude. It's a dude named Warren Moon. He played quarterback.
Yeah,
He played for the Houston Oilers.
I know who he is.
My cousin
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
have no
he was getting
issues.
paid.
He's a culinary chef. He
Yeah,
moved there with a culinary chef what you call it, certification or whatever it is you need to cook over
yeah,
here. And he
yeah.
make
But Miss Perk,
he ain't complain once. He's been over there. He done had 2 children. He said, "Girl, please, you better bring your tail. I ain't coming back to the United States." He said,
yeah,
"I move my whole family if I could, but I can't convince them to leave that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's so stuck on the U.S. Everybody's so consumed with this is where they come from. Damn that. I
Miss
can
Perk, that
migrate
dude.
just like they can."
Yeah, Miss Perk, that dude I was telling you about or whatever, Warren Moon or whatever. He played over there for 5 years and he made more money over there than he did in the NFL.
That's where we need to go. Yeah, when we moving, y'all. When we gonna pack up and go? My son said he
My
ready. Y'all ready?
my cousin played up there. My cousin played up there. He just passed away.
Aaliyah keep asking me, "Mama, can we go?" She been asking me, and I've been laughing at her like, "Girl, what the hell we look like going over here?" But now I'm thinking, no more I really think about it, it's like, why stay here when we know the shit about to hit the fan over here when that Proud Boy get up in the office and we know it's getting ready to happen.
Yeah, with his pick a pig feet face.
Huh?
With his pick a pig face face or whatever.
Come on, Trump. Yeah, let's check out this. Let's check out this lady, y'all. She finally made the news, y'all. She finally did complain about her son being jumped on by the teacher at school, y'all. Check it out.
How do you feel about your son's safety? I'm scared for his. I'm scared for mine.
October 28th, Denise Corbin's 9-year-old son texted her something out of the ordinary.
He said, "Mom, Mr. Triolo slammed me and my back feels like it's broken."
Luke Triolo, a now former NEISD teacher, named in this district police report about a classroom fight between 2 students. NEISD sent KSAT a statement reading in part, quote, "The teacher was removed from the classroom at that time. It was determined the teacher used excessive physical force while breaking up a fight and was recommended for termination," end quote. Triolo instead resigned November 7th. The student's mother says there was no fight to break up and that she continued receiving emails from the teacher about how her son was in class that afternoon and the next day. In an email to Corbin, the special education director said that, quote, "The recording documents abuse or neglect as defined in the Texas Family Code of a student by a staff member," end quote.
On November 18th, I went to see the video. There was my son and another young man. My son sat next to the young man. The young man indicated that my son had touched his Chromebook.
Corbin says the video was blurred to remove another student's face, so it wasn't clear, but her son says he didn't touch the student's Chromebook.
At which point the teacher said, "You're lying. Nobody believes you. Nobody believes you. Nobody's gonna believe you." So my son then stood up, took the table. He said, "I'm not lying." At which point the teacher walked over to my son, wrapped his arms around my son, and then body slammed my son on the ground.
Her son has autism and receives instruction in a special needs classroom.
You waited 3 weeks. Nobody called me on that day. The nurse didn't call me. Nobody called me. And this is what happened. They were like, "Do you want to press charges?" I said, "Absolutely."
Corbin says she tried to file a police report with SAPD, and they told her the process has to be with NEISD police. Since then, she's retained an attorney and gotten assistance from civil rights activist Candace Matthews.
It's unacceptable because we don't send our children to get assaulted by teachers. The expectation is that the superintendent needs to remove everybody that's in leadership at that school. Because clearly, again, they did not follow the correct processes when you have a child that has made an outcry. Then on top of that, you have video to show the alleged abuse.
KSAT has requested the classroom video of the incident and is awaiting a ruling from the Attorney General's office on whether the school is required to release this video. NAISD also said they've, quote, reported the teacher to the State Board of Education for possible sanctions against Triolo's certification.
Right now, my trust and integrity in the system is not there.
Yeah, that little lady right there named Candace Matthew. That little lady, y'all, she ain't about 5'2", and she taught plenty of shizness, y'all. She taught plenty of stuff, but she be on her job though. She be taking care of business too.
Hold on, you said who now?
Candace Matthew, the little black lady with the cowboy hat, smoking big old cigars from Houston, Texas. She
Yeah,
an activist. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
Yeah, she taught plenty of stuff, but y'all, can't nobody hurt my kid in no schoolhouse. I'm going after that teacher, but he was smart. He resigned. He probably had some threats. They gonna whoop his butt. I don't
It's
know.
been going on.
I don't know.
Why is all of these kids being abused in school? Like, it's just getting. I'll tell you what
It's probably been going on.
what my thoughts are on all of that. When they can't get us, they target our children and hurt our
I
children.
mean, they already doing it.
The man was a black man too, though. He was a black man too. He was an African American man himself.
Yeah, I mean, Uncle Tom looking is sitting up in there in the schoolhouse in politics. They working for him.
No, I was just saying
You just ignorant. I mean, race is
special classes and stuff like.
Right.
Anybody that's abusing children need to go to jail.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But now they be doing that with the school lunches and stuff. Like they be having that food stored, you know what I'm saying, like 2 or 3 years and stuff. Like come on now.
There's a certain way. There's protocol to follow when it comes to restraining unruly children.
Right.
These kids are being slammed, just like that little girl, and the security officer slammed her.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
I wasn't going.
They got a whole documentary on Tubi about her incident.
I wasn't going for that.
Just on her incident alone, they had a full documentary on it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I wasn't going for none of that when I was, you know what I'm saying, when I was growing up. I wasn't going for that. You know what I'm saying? My mom and my daddy, they had set me down. They were just like, if somebody touch you right here and this and this and this, I wasn't letting nobody touch me and or disrespecting me and nothing like that there.
Now
But I had got so out of hand, you know what I'm saying? My daddy used to be like, damn, boy, what's wrong with you?
This lady's child is autistic, okay? Right. There's definitely certain ways you have to approach them and contend with them. This little boy is autistic, okay? He was being told, ain't nobody gonna believe you, you're lying, da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
And he reacted by yelling and saying, I'm not lying, and flipping his desk. Was that a cause for him to be slammed on his back?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I threw a disc when I was in elementary.
And you should got your butt told too. And your mom should whoop your butt when you got to the house for that nonsense too. If
I'm not mistaken, they took paddling and shit out of the school. So why are we seeing so much violence against students from the teachers all of a sudden? Why is that becoming so common? They should be screening them like they screen them prison guards that you know what I'm saying, they enact to go in there and work in the prison system. You need a mental health evaluation. If you can't deal with certain children, certain mental incapabilities in children presents itself differently than it does in adults.
Yeah, you're right.
And if you don't have the mental capability to handle stuff like that, you shouldn't be working with children.
Exactly. I'm saying that's what I was saying about the police earlier. You You know what I'm saying? I was like, they should have mental evaluations. You know what I'm saying? Like every 3 months, every quarter,
That's crazy.
to see how you is or whatever. You know what I mean?
But
Yeah.
you're right. Candace Matthews do not play. But just like Ben Crump, she got a full caseload, and she has a lot of civil cases that she has to civil rights cases that she has to speak for, and she's only one person.
Yeah. I don't know, y'all, but since TT said that, wait a minute, TT. Since you said that, girl, hold on. Let me see where it said. I got it. Let me see. Hold on. Right here. Check it out, TT. I'm glad you brought that up. Check it
Powerful
out.
symbol of solidarity in Dallas. A group of black men marching arm in arm across the Margaret Hunt Bridge earlier this morning. Organizers saying it was all to raise awareness about all the issues that they feel divide and undermine their community. Things like poverty and lack of mental health support. Fathers, businessmen, activists, faith leaders, and even students all coming together. And they say that's the way to pave a more positive path forward, and that is together.
We all like to think we can do things by ourselves. Some people like to say they are self-made this, they're independent that. But, man, in reality, there is no such thing. We all need each other. We all depend on each other.
We already know that we have individuals who do good in this city. We recognize them. What we're trying to do is an effort to bring all of us together and working in concert as a conglomerate, to understand that you don't have to continue to do good by yourselves.
Absolutely.
We can actually do more when we unite.
Leaders say they hope their focus on empowering and improving the lives of black men can really translate into a better future for the entire black community at large.
What you think, TT? What you think? What you think, sister? What you think?
Well, when you originally showed me this video, I was very proud. I'm glad to see that the black men in the community are coming together. But how much we gonna march? What we gonna play? Shouldn't we be tired of that? Look how long we've been marching. And
I thought when they did the Million Man March, I thought when they did when they did that Million
We've
Man
done the
March.
Million Man March, the 2-man march, the 15-man march. We've done all kinds of damn marches. We done did all kind of marching. It's like y'all don't want to hear them when they was doing when Martin and Malcolm and everybody else was doing it. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? It got us just so far.
No,
And now
since you
they trying to
said,
turn back the times of history on us again, and we still marching, and our feet fucking hurt.
Ain't
nah,
nothing getting done.
yeah, since TT said that or whatever, Tupac said that too. He was like, we were asking with Malcolm, we was asking with Martin and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We was asking with the Panthers and all that stuff. He was like, so what you think we're gonna do?
I'm all for communities coming together and trying to uplift and educate, and I'm all for that. But it's like at the end of the day, we got to look at where it's getting us.
That's what I'm
March
saying.
so far and then hit a brick wall. We march some more, hit another brick wall. March a little bit further, hitting a bigger brick wall. Like we can't just keep marching.
That's what I'm saying. That's where the music come from. Like the music, you know what I'm saying? Like you think about the music, you know what I'm saying?
The
Like
music, I'm talking about groundwork. I'm talking about literally building up our own communities, bringing that type of stuff back. We don't have that. It ain't even in our future at this point. The way it's looking, it's like tear it all down and let them have it. That's where I'm in my mindset with it.
Okay, yeah. And that's what
And you bringing up music, they done censored everybody talking about what's real, what we should be listening to, what we should be hearing. They done censored all of that. Only thing they want us to listen to is what's promoting the violence, the gun violence, the gang violence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The selling and the drugs in our communities and shit. They don't care about that.
we had a fight for that, TT. We had a fight for that. Okay, they stole it from man, what's that man name? Cause he's still alive. He old as fuck, but he's still alive. Man, what's that dude name? Richard. Richard. Man, what's that dude name?
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Nah, Richard. His name Richard. Pretty Richard or something like that.
Who?
He 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 kind of zesty or whatever. What's the dude name?
Little Richard?
Little Richard.
Uh-huh.
They
What
they
about him?
they start they stole. Okay, first they stole the music from him and he had a fight, and Michael Jackson.
You talking about music?
Huh?
I know. I'm like, what this got to do with music?
We talking about music. We talking about having our own stuff as a black community. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. We had to fight for everything that we got.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then they did it with it started with him or whatever, and then
It started with him. It started way long before him.
Mm-hmm.
It started when they came over here and stole our land and told us that we wasn't meant to be nothing. We had to do what they told us to do, and they took over what we owned. That's when it started.
And when we had and then when we did get a little son, they took that from us, and put our black men in prison and put us on welfare. We had to depend on the welfare people.
yeah. No, it was
And then drove guns and crack cocaine in our neighborhoods and dropped it off and threw the rock and hid their hand on that too.
They sure did, and the guns and everything. That's how everything got in our neighborhood. Y'all know we ain't going over across no water and brought no firearms over here, no drugs over here to the neighborhoods and stuff. We didn't do none of that stuff. They did that.
Yeah, I broke that down on somebody panel one time. You know, because you know what I'm saying, like, cause like you know they was giving us, you know what I'm saying, at first, you know what I'm saying, it was just like we was using like 38s and 32s and stuff like that, and then
Listen here, if you want to uplift and educate the community of the black race, this is where it starts. You have to start telling the truth. As uncomfortable and as bitter as it is to discuss it, you got to start having a truthful conversations amongst your people. So you got to start guiding them in a direction of knowing what America's agenda is for us and what it's been for us from day one. You got to start making them look at it at a different point of view.
Yeah.
All of this, and we was back then doing it, and we was in the okay, and we made a lot of accomplishments as a race, but they sending us backwards mentally, physically, financially.
And I remember TT when I was in school, and that's when Roots came out. And when Roots came out, it was so many black people in our schools that were so pissed off. You see what I'm saying? And they were, and a lot of teachers and they was getting mad because we were watching the Roots, you know, the movie Roots, you know. But back then, they were just giving us a little bit more. That's back then, wasn't it? Alex Haley was really trying to wake us up back then. We just didn't realize what he was doing, but he was waking us up back then. We came up with the movie Roots. He was trying to wake us up. We weren't woke then. He was trying his best to wake us up, but we weren't really. As we look at it, go back. If we just sit back now, just look at it now, you would think that now he was usually like Alex Haley back then was trying to tell us something, but we weren't paying attention back then.
yeah, but I'm saying, Miss Perk, you know Alex Haley didn't write that movie.
Okay, if he didn't write it, it still was good. Like I said, but still, that still was waking us up.
I mean, okay. Since you said that or whatever, you know what I'm saying. It was he didn't write that movie.
Okay.
It was a white man that had wrote that movie.
So let's just say this.
Okay, what about the book?
If Alex Haley went back and traced his roots back to his African heritage, he found out. Hold on, let me finish. If he did that, that was for him. You understand what I'm saying? We can take pride in knowing that somebody did that for themselves. Come to grips with who they are as a person and tracing their lineage back and stuff. Getting to know their ancestors. on a personal level because their ancestors gone before them. I
No,
can appreciate that and I can respect that, but it's deeper than that, y'all.
listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. He didn't write that. A white man wrote that movie.
Okay, fine. I don't care who wrote the movie.
No, you ain't listening to what I'm saying.
All you keep saying is a white man.
They trying. No, what they doing? What they? It's like a control thing or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Just like with the HBCUs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing all this research on the HBCUs.
Listen, let me just say this. I don't care who wrote the movie, who scripted the movie. I don't care. He did that for him. That man passed on knowing his ancestry.
No, that wasn't his ancestry. No, see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That wasn't his ancestry.
How you figure when he wrote a book himself about his ancestry and it was just converted into a movie?
No, baby, that ain't what I'm saying.
What did you, Pert?
What you saying, then, Tar?
I don't want to get up here fussing at him on your panel, but he needs to stop talking to me. I'm saying he wrote his own book. Where are you talking about? How you gonna say that wasn't his ancestry and he wrote it? He did his own research, traced his lineage back, and wrote a book about it.
That ain't what it was. Like all that Chicken George and all that stuff, and Kizzy and all that stuff. That wasn't him. That ain't what he did. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Why wouldn't he have said that then before he died? After the movie came out,
baby, come on now.
Why would he?
I could swear Alex Haley wrote that book. I could swear to God
how
he did.
could he not do?
He did not.
I'm about to look it up since he up here.
I was just
go look it up. Go look it up. Go look it up. And you know I ain't no dummy. Come on. Like,
hold on. A 2-minute session. We look at this.
It's based on the novel by Alex Haley, Roots Chronicles the progress of Haley's own family across several generations.
No, baby, that's fake.
Hold on.
Why do he keep cutting me off?
Go ahead. Hold on, Tar. Go ahead, TT. Hold on.
Why do he keep cutting me off? And I'm reading this boy's, this man's autobiography.
I see it right here too. Go ahead.
He wrote his first book was the autobiography of Malcolm X. He collaborated through numerous lengthy interviews with Malcolm X. He was working on a second family history novel at the time of his death. So where is it?
I ain't finna tell you nothing wrong.
Because they said Alex Haley wrote. He is the author of Roots. He is the author of Roots. He is a real author of Roots. Alex Murray Palmer Haley.
No, because he's supposed to be from Tennessee.
Look, it said in the book and miniseries raised public awareness of Black American history and inspired a broad interest in genealogy and family history based off of Alex Haley's own quest.
I ain't finna tell y'all nothing wrong.
Boy,
that don't make no sense. I ain't never even heard of
it. Screenplay by Alex Haley, James Lee. I guess it was his son, but it's all Alex Haley. He wrote that book. He wrote the book to turn. So you might hold on. What you need to do is go to your Google and go on there and look it up yourself right now.
Yeah, you might as well because.
No, I'm trying to tell you. No, he didn't write that book. I done did research. Okay, look.
Who wrote the book? Who wrote the book? Who wrote it?
He's from outside of Memphis. He
don't say about nobody no Memphis wrote this damn book, man.
Nah, you said what?
It don't say about nobody.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you.
Stop coming up here spreading false information. This man wrote his own novel.
Regular
No,
ass.
I'm laughing at Miss Purple. She said,
You over just false narratives and stuff.
no,
We over trying to
no.
you over just on false narratives. What?
Yeah, man, you don't know everything.
No,
You
I don't know everything. I ain't say I know everything. Why you trying to? Don't put me on. No, don't do me like that. Damn.
you talking about I ain't no dummy, but you giving the wrong information.
But
The man wrote his own book.
I just want you to listen to me.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I don't like listening
tell you
to
what.
false stuff.
No, see you see how you doing, nigga.
How she hey? You are trying to tell me the man didn't write the book and it said clearly the man wrote the book in
No, he did it.
1970.
No, they went to court. Look, they went to court on that stuff. They went to court on that stuff or whatever. He did not write that book. He did not say that
It
stuff.
say right here, Alex Murray Palmer Haley, born August 11th, 1921, was an American writer and the author and writer of the 1976 book Roots, the Saga of an American Family. That
That's
book
not
was
true. That's not
adapted
true.
by
That's not,
ABC into a television miniseries in 1977.
Let's go.
no, that's not true.
They're not gonna not give him his accolades for writing a book about his people. How can anybody tell Alex Haley's story better than him? He the one did the research on his lineage. Who the fuck else did his lineage?
Right.
He want to know his people.
You ain't got to cuss at me. Like come on now.
Sound stupid. Stop saying stuff like that, man. We already do that. We tear each other down as black folks already. You need to stop doing that. That man wrote his book.
You down. What are you talking about? I ain't tearing you down. What you talking about?
Ain't that saying taking away his accolades of him writing his book, perp, saying he didn't write his book?
No, that's not what I'm. That's not what I'm doing. No, that ain't fair. You're not being fair now.
You said
you said he didn't write his book.
You said what?
You said he didn't write his book.
That's right.
He didn't. He didn't.
Okay, go write a book, and I'm gonna say TT wrote it. Tori ain't have nothing to do with writing his book, and I want to see how your people gonna feel.
Well, I am writing a book.
Okay, well, I'm getting all that money then. When you publish your book, you ain't write shit. I wrote it.
You gonna get that money in the damn way? What the hell
No,
you
if you write a book right now, I'm gonna say I wrote it. Then how you gonna feel?
Okay.
You finna get all that money in the goddamn way. What you talking about?
Boy, leave me alone.
Yeah.
If he woke up one day and said, I want to know who my great great grandma was, and he sat and did the research to do his lineage, which I ain't talking about you. If a lot of people decide to do that and they write a book on the lineage of their ancestry, they got to take credit for doing the work.
I see what you're saying, baby. I just gotta prove it to y'all. Then I'll prove it to y'all.
I ain't say nothing about this man going to court. None of that.
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. They went to court. Look. I'm just gonna have to prove it to y'all. Okay.
Wait a minute. Okay. Wait. Was his name Robert Norrell? Wrote. Okay, I found one that said Robert J. Norrell wrote Alex Haley and the books that changed a nation. The first scholar biography of Alex Haley. Is he the one?
I don't know his name, Miss Perk. I don't know his name, but I know.
They say he's a professor of Tennessee, though.
Ain't nobody wrote that book. It say
outside of Memphis with the Navajo the Navajo people is right outside of it's right outside of Memphis.
Oh no, that man I'm talking about. Yeah, he was a civil rights person. Don't just scratch that out.
Okay, so this is what they said. They said that this is only alleged that people were trying to question the validity of the novel. They said the reputation of the book had been tarnished by questions of authenticity, including plagiarism from a 1967 novel. That was not to be founded. Alex Haley, it say yes in bold words right here. Yes, Alex Haley wrote Roots, the saga of an American family. It lists him as the author.
I'm just saying. Well, damn. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm just saying. Like what you don't love
But
me?
listen, this is a prime example as to why y'all can't believe all this bullshit being said in the media. They are trying to deter us from believing that a black man traced his lineage and his roots back to Gambia, African continent, where his ancestors
What's called?
stolen and enslaved and brought the hell over here. And they trying to erase this man's history just like they tried to erase our history. This is a prime example.
Okay, you making sense or whatever, but no, I'm saying like that Chicken George and all that stuff. Like all that stuff was fake, baby.
I don't care if he called him.
You ain't gotta be so. I was saying, why you want to be so ruthless? Why you want to be so hard with me?
Okay, because maybe he didn't know his real name. Maybe because during slavery they changed our names. So maybe during that time he didn't know what to call him. But hell, I don't care what he called him. I don't care if he called him piece of dirt. That was his people. And
I'm
that
saying,
was his.
why you gotta be so hard with me though?
And I think when that beat came out, I think it was just to wake a lot of people up. That's how I see it, right? Now
I don't like false propaganda because this is what they do to us all the time. They try to diminish what we've done, who we've been as a people. And as a black man, Tori, you shouldn't be sitting there going along with the get along. You should be like, no, that's some false shit. That man say he wrote him a novel. He wrote him a damn novel. Is the proof there? Yeah, because we've read the novel.
No, what I was trying to tell you is just the information that I had received or whatever. They were trying to say that he that he didn't do that.
Well, that's some false information that was translated.
No, baby. What I'm trying to tell you is, you know what I'm saying, like, because I do my research. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been to the Lorraine Hotel, motel or whatever that is or whatever.
Okay, but when you do research, do accurate research. If you're gonna come back somewhere and translate it to other people, that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Moving along, Perp. Next topic.
All right.
You see how she do? You see how she do me?
It just it's called tough love, just a little tough love. You be all right. So this woman at Atlanta Popeyes, y'all, she was trying to feed this homeless man, y'all, and they turned her down. Call the police on y'all.
University student says workers at a Popeyes called the police on her after she tried to buy food for a man. But
no, ma'am, you can't do it. Why? He's asking for food. Ma'am, you can't do it. I don't care nothing about you recording me, baby.
I can't order for this homeless man right here who asked for food.
Her initial disbelief that employees wouldn't let her buy a two-piece for the man experiencing homelessness.
They called the cops on me, everything, bro.
Quickly turned into anxiety when the cop showed up.
At that moment, I was terrified. I thought I was going to get arrested. So I was like, well, maybe I should just call my family and tell them I might not be coming home tonight.
APD confirmed that they did respond, but they didn't do anything since Ortega didn't break any laws. She says they actually commended her.
The officer pulled me to the side and was like, I really thank you for doing that. Thank you for buying him food. I appreciate that.
Also grateful that man with the empty stomach caught in the middle of all of the drama over drumsticks.
My name's Jazz, and thanks to...
Ortega says she eventually got a hold of a general manager at the store who felt terrible about the whole thing. She said he ended up letting her and Jazz buy anything they wanted that night.
Oftentimes the homeless are treated like stray animals, stray cats. Like if you feed them, they're going to keep coming back. We don't want them to keep coming back. And in all of this, I believe that, people deserve to be treated like people.
And they wasn't gonna do nothing but throw that old chicken away at the end of the night any damn way.
Or take it home to their house and eat the damn self, 1 or 2 TT. They fat asses.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, Tori Perp, have you ever seen somebody homeless? Like there was a homeless gentleman outside the convenience store, and I was running in and getting me some gas, and he said, "Ma'am, you got some change or some couple dollars on you?" And I said, "No, baby, I got a card. That's all I got on me." He said, "I just want a honey bun." Like if I work at a convenience store and a man is only asking for a honey bun, I'm gonna give him a damn honey bun.
Me too.
Like what the hell? That's the humility in this society has gone out the window. We ain't shit for real. I'll be the first to say it.
Yeah, because somebody don't buy them honey buns, they'll get gonna throw them away anyway. When they come back to the store, pick them up. When hostess come back in that truck and pick them honey buns up, they're gonna take them honey buns and count them and go right them up and go throw them in the damn trash can.
Exactly. If somebody's not physically saying I need some money, everybody that's out begging for money don't want to get a beer or want to get a bottle. You know what I'm saying? Some people are really starving. I mean, that man,
Yeah,
I told him I only have a card. I can't give you no cash or no change. He said, okay, can you, I just really wanted a honey bun.
You
And
buy
I
yeah.
went and
one?
bought him the honey
I don't
bun.
give. Yeah, I don't give.
I bought him two honey buns.
I don't give needy people money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I buy them some food.
Well, I was in Long John Silver. This man wanted something to eat one day, and I bought him something to eat. He went to Long John Silver with me. I bought him something to eat. He went over and sat in his chair. I went and sat in my chair. Man, ate out that Long John Silver fish and fries. Showed in it and them hush puppies. Showed it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm hungry.
I mean, hell,
It
how
was
come we can't look at it like it could be any one of us out there hungry, don't know where our next meal gonna come from? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Maybe we should try to put ourselves in these people's shoes sometimes and see how that would feel. You know
Yeah.
what I
yeah.
mean? I would want somebody to buy me a damn honey bun if
Me
I
Yeah,
was
too.
that hungry.
yeah. When I was in my twenties, cause we used to go down there, cause that's when Jamal was living in H Town, and we went
Say
to
what,
a
Tori?
dinner. When I was in my twenties, cause we used to always go down there
Yeah.
to H Town to go kick it with Jamal, cause he was going to school down there, and then I had went down there, and then we went to a Dennis. You know what I'm saying? It was after a party. Cause we used to be partying hard. We, like I said, we was in our twenties or whatever. And then this dude, before I had went up in the dentist, he you know, for some reason he just asked me. He was just like, hey, he was like, could you loan me a couple of dollars, you know what I'm saying, to get something to eat? I was like, I'll get you on the way out. You know what I'm saying? Then I had
Yeah.
ordered him some food, you know what I'm saying? Like when I had left up out of there, you know what I'm saying, I had ordered him some food and
Man, I ain't
whatever.
gonna be giving them. I ain't gonna be giving them. I ain't gonna give nobody no money, but I buy them stuff that don't cost them much. It didn't go out too much of my way, but I give them some food, but I ain't gonna give them no money. Maybe 50 cents, 75 cents, something like that. You know, a
Yeah,
couple quarters.
that's how I am. Yeah, that's how I am. I ain't
If
finna
I
give you. I ain't finna
recognize that
give.
somebody's out there with a sign, it normally say ain't aid, something of that nature, and it's like, why not just go pick them up a little couple groceries while you at the store buying your groceries? Take them, and you know what I'm saying, something quick that they
Yeah,
can eat. Like it's not, it don't take a whole lot to just be give back and be generous to somebody less fortunate than you.
yeah,
Right, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I done got caught a couple times too. You know what I'm saying? I done got a couple times. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It be some old school. You know what I'm saying? They'll peep game. They'll just like, don't give them your money. And I was just like, well, I don't be giving them my money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll just get them, something to eat. And
right.
that's what I tell, and that's what I tell them. I was just like, look, I ain't got no money. I can get you something to eat, and they be like, okay, cool.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, if they hungry, they'll accept it. They should accept it.
Yeah,
yeah.
nah, but I almost I almost got gotten in
When a, per-
Atlanta one time.
when a person hungry though, Tori, they don't matter.
Uh-huh.
When a person hungry, they eat a half a goddamn bird. They go in the trash can. I done
Yeah.
seen homeless people go in the trash can and dig for food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I done seen that too. I done seen that too. Right over there off 35 and
Yeah,
Walnut Hill Lane.
yeah.
I seen a
You know
lady
somebody hungry. You know when they hungry. You know when
You
somebody
gotta
really
be
is
hungry if you're
hungry.
digging in the trash and eating after somebody else you don't know. You
Yeah,
gotta be.
yeah. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? I did that. Miss Perk, I was over there off of 35 and Walnut Hill Lane. I was at a truck stop and I seen this white lady. You know what I'm saying? She done went up in there because I was on the phone with my mom. I was just like, Mom, I'll call you back. You know what I'm saying? And I had get that lady my tacos. I
yeah.
had
That,
three
that was
tacos.
nice of you. That was nice of you. Did she eat them, Tori? You see her eat them?
No, I ain't seen eat them. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But I was just like, I was like, you hungry? I was like, hey, and
And
you
you
know,
ever seen a homeless person? You do give them some food, and they just savagely start eating it like they haven't.
Mm-hmm.
That just break your heart. Like
They do.
nobody should in America should be that hungry
They
ever.
yeah,
should.
I'm saying my daddy was homeless like that. I don't know what he was going
But
through.
see,
I
all
don't
this
know what he.
food, but see, all the food that these restaurants throw away at nighttime, what they don't take home and they throw away. But do you know how many people they can really feed over America? All these people that throw, all these restaurants that throw food away.
Yep, yep. They got a billboard out there like that. Talking about and I can't remember where that billboard was at, but I used to see the billboard, you know what I'm saying, when I used to drive trucks over the road, and they were talking about how, you know, how much food is wasted
Yeah,
and how
yeah.
much, and you know what I mean? And then,
Yeah.
like, I do want to help, you know what I'm saying, like, cause you be inspiring me, Miss Perk, you know what I'm saying, like how you be
I
helping the
can't
homeless
tell.
people.
I can't tell where my damn clothes at.
They in there. They in there. I had told TT earlier today. I said I gotta take the clothes. I was like, it's gonna be by Friday. So
Okay,
by Friday you gonna have them clothes.
okay, okay, okay.
You
And
gonna,
if
you
you don't
gonna
bring him to you, you know where he live. Go stomp on him, Perfect Lion.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
uh,
You could be
but I
there.
had my daddy he used to call me, you know, I ain't know what he was going through at the time or whatever, you know, he all secretive and shit, you know, all
A lot of
mighty
people
man.
homeless like that, Tor. They ain't quick to tell you what they problem is. You just be able to see it, but they some of them won't just walk up to you and tell you what they problem is. You know what I'm saying? This is just really worried on them. But other than that, they
Nah, he
gonna
used to call me. My daddy used to call me. He was just like, you know, well, he had talked to my brother first, and then he was like, yeah, Uncle Junior. I got an uncle named Junior, Miss Perk, and TT. I got a, you know what I'm saying, his name Uncle Junior. We call him Uncle Junior. And then he was like, yeah, he was like, Uncle Junior was mad at him and this and this and this because he didn't tell him what was going on and this and this and this. But my daddy had called me. And then he was just like, yeah, them people been giving me money and this and this and this. He, you know, he had called me for some money. And I was like 20 years old, like literally 20 years old. This was like in, this was way back in, it was like the early 2000s. And then, you know what I'm saying, he'll call me or whatever. He was like, Tyra, I need some money. I'm like, what's going down? Then he was like, I need something to eat. Then I'll be like, shoot. I was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna do a story, you know what I'm saying? Like once I get my stuff cranked up, cause you would have loved my daddy, Miss Perk and TT, y'all would love my daddy. But what's called and I would be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't nothing to me though. You know what I mean? But them people, you know what I'm saying, them people they just be, you know, wanting a little help, you know what I mean? And then that's what inspired me, you know what I'm saying? You inspired me, you know what I'm saying, Miss Perk, you know, like how you be helping, you know, the needy and all this stuff. And you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I really wanna do that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know
And
what? I'm gonna get together with you and my son, and we're gonna do a cookout for the homeless one day. I'm gonna get this man got this land. We're gonna do a cookout. We're gonna get 2 grills, and you're gonna cook
yeah,
with you.
I remember you saying that. I remember you
Yeah,
saying that.
and I need also give it to you because my son want to do a show, so I'm gonna give it to you, and for you and my son gonna do a show. Y'all gonna do a pound takeover one day on my channel. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. I sure appreciate it.
But yeah, we've
I
been on here
sure.
about 2 hours, y'all. Y'all, anything you want to say, TT? But get up off here because it's been 2 hours and about 2 hours and 15 minutes, y'all. Y'all talk too long. Ooh, y'all long winded. Oh my god.
That's this dude up here on top of me. Anyway, no, I just appreciate you allowing me to come up, share my piece and opinion with y'all. It was a great live. I really enjoyed it this evening. Everybody just stay on the up and up, stay warm, stay prayed up. Pray for LA, pray for New York, pray for the world, pray for US, pray for your neighbor, and keep each other lifted up in prayer. That's all.
Already. What you got to say, old brother Tori? Make sure you make. I'll be back on Tuesday, y'all. So what you got to say, Tori?
Yeah, no, just everybody just stay great and stay prayed up and everything. You know, it's a lot going on, so everybody stay prayed up and just just stay great. You know what I'm saying? Like how you supposed to be, and that's all I got.
I'm moving to Canada, yeah. I'm packing my pool along luggage up. I'm moving shit.
And I'm right behind you. God willing, we'll be up out of here.
I can do that better. I can find me a boyfriend over. We got a boyfriend over there with clear mind. A mind ain't corrupted and been savage already and been abused and don't know how to talk to a sister, and a man gonna know how to love me, talk to me, caress me, and do things that ain't never been done.
I'm gonna whoop you, Miss Perk. I'm gonna whoop you.
Hey, I don't know. The Canadian men might got something that I ain't never had before. I ain't never about me testing, put my feet in the water and try to test see if it's cold or hot.
No, I'm saying I'm saying I'm gonna whoop you now. I be messing with my T lady. I be telling her, I'm like I'm gonna get you Golden Girl. I be calling my mama Golden Girl because she approached the
I'm taking TT. I'm TT going along with me, her mama, and they all gonna pick up and go with Bubby and the cat and Mia.
No, you know what I'm saying? Now, go and have your little fun or whatever.
I'm
You
gonna
know what I
live our
mean?
best life. Shit, I think our best life might be over in Canada, y'all. What y'all think? Y'all better pack y'all bags up and come on and go. Shit.
Yeah, nah, cause I sure be thinking about you. You know, I sure be thinking about you. I'm like, look at her. Like, I be thinking about the things that you be saying, and I be like, man, I was like, yeah, oh, like, okay, you know, but you know, like you said, live the best of your life or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Go on do what you do, cause I be messing with my tea lady. You know what I'm saying?
Gonna pack my stuff, but I ain't gonna pack nothing. I'm gonna sell everything and take a little few clothing, my little cologne and stuff, my cat and my pictures and stuff, and I'm gone. I'm in a plane. I'm gone. I don't need but a one-way ticket because I ain't coming back this way.
I go girl.
Live your best life, Perp, always.
I know how to. I might find my golden husband over there. I just never know. Yeah, you just never know where your right man is in, what city and state.
Okay.
Yeah, nah,
If
I
you been
was
waiting this long and ain't found him, he just might be over there waiting on you.
Might treat me like his Nubian queen. You hear me?
Ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
Why y'all playing shit? I'm trying to get in where I fit in there. I think Canada's where I'm gonna be able to get in there, but I'm gonna check into it, see how much a one-way ticket is. I'm gonna look into it, see how much the cost of living is, and how much apartments cost and stuff. I'm gonna start looking into it, what kind of jobs they got, and what kind of benefits they got for retirees and stuff. Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna look into it, y'all.
I think you'll make more money. I think you'll make more money working out there though, cause they currency is much more than you know than it is
Much
down here.
greater than our, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, y'all. Shoot, we better do it, y'all. Shoot, we ain't got nothing else to do. Yeah, what you got teaching your mom and take your mom? Oh, you got your auntie your auntie got to go, and
Yeah.
everybody got to go.
Yeah. And I already got a relative living there already. So I just call him and he'll show me the ropes on how to maneuver around through Canada.
Yeah,
Already.
yeah. Watch that show, Kim's Convenience or whatever.
Kim Convenience. Where is it? Just on Tubi, right?
On Netflix.
Oh, okay. On Netflix. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
y'all make sure y'all go check out Shank Rock. Also, check out the Switching Lane Sector. Y'all need to check out Tommy, which is a still swinging podcast, and y'all check out TT, Just Me TT, and we'll see y'all on Tuesday. As we always say, how the hell you love somebody you don't love yourself. Peace.
Peace.
All right, y'all.
They never said it would be easy. shame.